If you like this video, why not subscribe?
Hey everyone around the world listening to the sound of my voice. This is the weekly recap Q&A. That's the show where I sit in my car because it sounds good with this camera and its microphones, and talk about links or actually questions that I had from last week or last couple of weeks, since it's been a couple of weeks since I've done this show. I apologize for that. But hey, finals are over. Yes, I can concentrate more on the channel, at least for a week or two, before I get back into the crazy grad school fray. Also, I wanted to say thanks for everyone who watched and commented on my last short film, Meredith. Appreciate all the input. Everyone seems to have liked it for the most part, with the exception of some audio issues, which I appreciate you helping me become aware of. I think that mixing a movie on using laptop speakers isn't always the best idea. Okay, it's never the best idea. Never. And I also think that I sort of forgot that I need, especially for YouTube, I need to mix to -6 dB instead of -12. I think what I was afraid of, because I was having audio issues and I knew I was dropping the audio a bit to try and hide the hissing or the noise floor that came up, but I should have just went for -6 anyway. But I didn't, and I apologize for that. And I'm learning all the time. I'm a student just like everybody else, student of film and filmmaking and internet filmmaking. So, but I appreciate all your input. And I hope to be doing more short films. At least one a month, actually, is the plan. Now, that was a school project, but I want to be doing things outside of school using Frugal Filmmaker equipment that I've built, which I think would help me to understand better. We know the limitations of this stuff, as well as the benefits. So, but again, I thank you for watching that and giving me all of your feedback. This week, we're going to be talking about the Zoom H1 handy recorder, because all my questions are about the Zoom H1. And that, which of course leads to the question above there, do you have a Zoom H1 handy recorder, and do you like it, or what do you think of it? I've been using mine for a while and I like it, but I'd be curious about what you think. And if you don't use it, what do you use? I think I asked that already, so let's just stay on the Zoom H1. That's all the questions are about. First one comes from Beth, who says, I'm not a filmmaker, but wanting to make an audio recording of a fitness workout. The setting is a fairly quiet Pilates studio, possibly other teachers within 10 to 20 feet teaching other clients, some background music in the studio, and possible client comments during the instruction and recording. I'm happy to buy the Zoom H1. My question is about the mic. The one you recommend states omnidirectional. I'm wondering if that is right for what I'm doing, or if I need a noise canceling microphone. I don't really have a lot of experience with noise canceling microphones. I just usually use off-the-shelf stuff. I mean, the one I normally use is the Radio Shack clip-on mic, which is a little different than the link, or the one that the link that I have on my blog, which is the Audio Technica model. I think they're basically the same microphone. The main difference is that you get a few more extras with the Audio Technica, like a 1/8 inch to 1/4 inch adapter, and a longer cable. Now, I actually prefer the shorter cable, which is about 5 to 6 feet, with the Radio Shack version. The Radio Shack version is more expensive, though, which is ridiculous. They're like $32 now, but you can find them on eBay. I got an extra one on eBay for about $15 for another project I'm working on. Anyway, they work really well with the Zoom H1 because the cord is short, and it sounds like for what you want to do, Beth, is that you're going to want to body mount the Zoom H1 on whomever's talking. You can do that with like a cell phone pouch. I mean, I understand if you're an instructor in a Pilates studio, you're probably not wearing a belt, let's say, so you're going to have some way of mounting that recorder on the talent, which I'll leave up to you. I'm not sure exactly, if somebody's wearing a leotard, where you would, mount that. But there are ways. I usually use like a cell phone case or holder. You can get them at Dollar Tree. And anyway, but that sounds like the best source. The best that's what I would do. And then you just set your your manual audio levels for about the volume that your teacher is going to be speaking. Or if you're afraid of that, you can always put it on auto, which I don't like to do. That's always kind of a no-no in the professional world. But if there's going to be, if you're not sure where your talent is going to be at on the scale there, you can try that. Plus, now that you've got your Zoom H1 and your microphone mounted on your talent, that works really well because they can walk around and talk to people, and the microphone, which is mounted usually right about here, so anywhere just under the person's mouth. they'll pick up. If somebody has a question, you can usually hear that question through the microphone. Of course, it'll be lower unless the talent's right on top of them. But yeah, that's typically the way it works. That's the easiest way to do it, and that's what I would recommend. I don't. Again, I'm sorry I don't really answer your question about the noise canceling microphone because I've never used one. Maybe someone can pipe in about it. All right, Dino Raptis asks me, I have a Sony VX2100 and I used the Zoom H1 for the first time, but ran into a problem. When filming the reception, he was shooting a wedding reception, he noticed in post-production that the audio cut out or went to zero when the DJ got on his mic and became very loud from his audio speakers. I didn't notice it until post-production and the audio clipped for a second or two. What did I do wrong? How can I prevent this in the future? There's no... I don't know. Because this is always an issue whenever there's a great, like a huge volume change. And I'm sure this might be handled better with more expensive equipment. But yeah, your audio is going to clip and possibly drop out for a second if it gets a huge surge in volume that it's not ready for. Even if you have it set to auto gain control, AGC. Maybe not with that, but still, I mean, you still want to have manual control of your stuff. So that's a problem I'm not sure how to overcome, because I think we've all encountered it, where you have there's just no way to compensate for that, because it's impossible to predict. So how can you ride levels not knowing what's coming as far as sound goes? And the answer is you can't. Now there's always the option, if you're going to use two audio sources like that, double system, which I always recommend that even if you're recording double system onto a better audio recorder than your camera, always have your camera audio on so you can use it as a scratch track and possibly save you later. Now if you want to do that, I would say run the camera audio lower than your Zoom audio. That way, if you get an audio hit like that, or you get some kind of clipping threat, that one source, that the lower, whatever's recording on the lower level might be able to handle it because it won't clip. If you ever do any kind of professional audio recording for dialogue, let's say you always want to record in the stereo, take the single source microphone like a shotgun mic or whatever, and going into your recorder and split the signal with a Y cable if you have to, going into your recorder, so that you can lower one channel. This is a common practice. That way, if you do have someone yells or speaks up louder than what the level you've set for, you're protected because that lower level won't clip in a perfect world, and you'll be saved in post by using that alternate channel. So you can do the same kind of thing, it sounds like, with your wedding scenario if you just run your camera audio lower. However, I've done weddings too, and those DJs can be pretty loud, so I'm not sure how to, other than what I just described, I'm not sure how else you could possibly tackle that, because that's most inexpensive, if not all, audio recorders will drop out like that when they get a huge surge of volume. So just be aware of that, and if you can, like I said, record one source at a lower level. I think I'll also post a link below about what I did. I've used the Zoom H1 as a field recorder, and as you know, it doesn't have stereo inputs. I mean, it has a stereo input, but it doesn't have separate inputs, so it's impossible in the Zoom H1 by itself to record one level or one channel lower than the other. However, I used an adapter or an XLR interface with the Zoom H1, which had individual channel audio control. So I'll post a link to that before as an old blog post, and you can kind of see what I did, if that helps. All right, finally we have Francisco Gonzalez Jr. asks, what's the best hertz setting when recording the Zoom H1 for a film, 44 or 48? And what bit rate, 16 or 24? Typically with digital video, it's always been 48 kilohertz, especially when you're going to DVD. If your output is DVD, that's what you want to record on. If not, you're going to have to change it to that anyway later, so you might as well record at that. And then as far as the bit rate goes, I always recorded at 16. Is it megabits per second we're talking about? I can't remember what the... Anyway, so I always recorded at 16. And then I recently read someone saying, you might as well record at the highest possible rate, because if you ever have to down convert to something else, you're starting with a really clean, high-resolution source. And I believe the same thing with video. I mean, I always shoot video at full HD, even if I know I'm not outputting to full HD, because, for example, most of my videos get sent to YouTube at 720p, but I shoot at 1080p, because if I ever want to crop I want to crop the frame for whatever reason, I won't lose resolution if I'm just cropping a little bit because I'm outputting to a lower resolution. So it's just a good practice, I think, to shoot at the highest possible quality, whatever you're doing. I mean, within reason, obviously, but the more quality you have to start with, the better quality you're going to have. If you have to do any tweaking or do anything that's going to reduce the resolution of sound or video. So that's what I would do. So that's it. That's all the questions. Again, the question is, do you zoom? Do you zoom? Do you use a Zoom H1, and what do you think of it? So if you could just leave your comments below, I'd appreciate it. The blog is www.thefrugalfilmmaker.com, and of course we're at Twitter at Frugal Filmmaker, and then the Facebook group. Just search for it or use the link below in the description. And of course, all the links from the previous couple of weeks, or last week actually, I don't think I'm going back 2 weeks, that accumulated on Facebook are down below. So enjoy those if that's all you're tuning in for. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all the input and all the support. Really appreciate it. And we'll see you in 7 days.